57.E. So the history of the Vaishnava movement from the end of the Gupta period till the first decade of the 13th century AD is concerned mainly with South India. Vaishnava poet saints known as elders, a Tamil word denoting those drowned in Vishnu Bhakti, preached single-minded devotion Ekatmika Bhakti for Vishnu, and their songs were collectively known as Prabandhas. Q58.AO. The earliest South Indian literature is called Sangam literature. It was written in Tamil and is secular in nature. It was produced by poets who joined together in assemblies Sangam patronized by chiefs and kings during the first 4 centuries of the Christian era. The literature consists of short and long poems in praise of various heroes, written probably to be recited in the courts. It also constitutes the epics called Silpadakaram and Madhamethalai. The Sangam literature is our major source for the study of South Indian society, economy and polity. Early Tamil literature comprised works such as Tolkappiyam, the 8 anthologies Hadagai equals 10 Idols, Patupado equals 18 minor works, and the 3 epics Shlapatakaram, Manamekalai and Siddhika Sintamani. The Sangam age extends roughly between 300 BC to 200 AD. Sangam literature refers primarily to Pandyan kingdom, but it also contains valuable information about the Chola and Shra kingdoms. The Pandyas ruled over an area comprising southern Tamil Nadu. Madurai was their capital. The Sharas ruled over Kerala, and the Cholas occupied northern Tamil Nadu and southern Andhra Pradesh. Hence, all the statements are correct. Q59.CO. National Green Tribunal NGT is a statutory body established under the National Green Tribunal Act 2010 for effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection and conservation of forests and other natural resources, including enforcement of any legal right relating to environment. The tribunal consists of a chairman, judicial members at least 10 and maximum 20, and expert members at least 10 and maximum 20 appointed by the central government. Only a judge of the Supreme Court or a Chief Justice of a High Court can be appointed as the chairman. The chairman and members of the tribunal hold office for a term of 5 years and are not eligible for reappointment. Hence, Statement 1 is incorrect and Statement 2 is correct. ONGT can pass orders or provide compensation and enforce under the following acts: the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, 1974, the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Cess Act, 1977, the Forest Conservation Act, 1980, the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, 1981, the Environment Protection Act, 1986, the Public Liability Insurance Act, 1991, the Biological Diversity Act, 2002. It does not enforce Wildlife Protection Act, 1972. Hence, Statement 3 is incorrect. Q60.EO. Statement 1 is correct. Tundra climate is the region of permafrost where the subsoil is permanently frozen. Statement 2 is correct. Tundra climate is characterized by a very low mean annual temperature. In mid-winter, temperatures are as low as 40-50 degrees C below freezing. Summers are relatively warmer and normally not more than 4 months have temperatures above freezing point. Statement 3 is correct. Tundra climate is characterized by extreme conditions. The greatest inhibiting factor is region's deficiency in heat. With a growing season of less than 3 months and the warmest month not exceeding 10 C, there are no trees. It can support only the lowest form of vegetation, mosses, lichens, and sedges. 15 www.visionis.in. Copyright Vision IAS. Q61.BO. The Earth was mostly in a volatile state during its primordial stage. During the cooling of the Earth, gases and water vapor were released from the interior solid Earth. As the Earth cooled, the water vapor released started getting condensed. The carbon dioxide in the atmosphere got dissolved in rainwater, and the temperature further decreased, causing more condensation and more rains. The rainwater falling onto the surface got collected in the depressions to give rise to oceans. The Earth's oceans were formed within 500 million years from the formation of the Earth. This tells us that the oceans are as old as 4,000 million years. So sometime around 3,800 million years ago, life began to evolve. However, around 2,500 to 3,000 million years before the present, the process of photosynthesis got evolved. Life was confined to the oceans for a long time. The oceans began to have the contribution of oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. So eventually, oceans were saturated with oxygen, and 2,000 million years ago, oxygen began to flood the atmosphere. Q62.E. Though all the statements are correct, so a new Bureau of Indian Standards BIS Act 2016 has been brought into force with effect from 12th October 2017. The Act establishes the Bureau of Indian Standards BIS as the national standards body of India. The Act has enabling provisions for the government to bring under compulsory certification regime any goods or article of any scheduled industry, process, system or service which it considers necessary in the public interest or for the protection of human, animal or plant health, safety of the environment, or prevention of unfair trade practices, or national security. So enabling provisions have also been made for making hallmarking of the precious metal articles mandatory. The new Act also allows multiple types of simplified conformity assessment schemes including self-declaration of conformity against a standard which will give simplified options to manufacturers to adhere to the standards and get a certificate of conformity. The Act enables the central government to appoint any authority/agency, in addition to the BIS, to verify the conformity of products and services to a standard and issue certificate of conformity. Further, there is provision for repair or recall, including product liability of the products bearing standard mark but not conforming to the relevant Indian standard. Q63.co. The United Nations has recently announced the launch of the Equals on Road Safety Trust Fund to stimulate action that can save lives and prevent injuries and sufferings associated with road accidents. The UN Economic Commission for Europe UNECE, the development arm of the UN in Europe, is designated as the Secretariat for the Trust Fund. So the fund will serve as a medium for achieving desirable progress towards the road safety targets of the Sustainable Development Goals SDG. SDG targets 3.6 and 11.2 seek to lessen the number of global deaths and injuries from road traffic accidents and aim to provide access to safe, affordable and sustainable transport systems and improved road safety.